Welcome back, guys, to the Global Championships Part 2, guys. There's 4 people left, guys. I'm so excited to see who wins, guys. This is crazy, guys. Fixing my camera, guys. Oh! Villian Truxless and Gil Chico won, guys. No way. Wow. That's crazy, guys.
Wow. Chicho and Trulex, you have done it at the last moment. You've bagged yourself a victory royale and currently 9th on the leaderboard. Tell me about those final moments.
That's really good. I got so touched.
Wow, guys.
Trulex died. Just
Sorry.
He got full max mats, so I just started that height in last moving and won.
Yeah, and you managed to main the bogus.
I don't know what's wrong with my thing, guys.
So it was crazy in first moving, second moving, I landed in four people in the box, and then everyone died. So I just told them to come take all the mats and just play the game out. I gave him a rocket. He went to the zone and did
guys, I don't know what's wrong with this.
It's so tough in the top 10, boys. What are you playing for as we head into the 6th and final game of the FNCS Global Championship?
This is the final game, guys.
We contested every single game at one of the 4 spots to be contested at. If we were uncon, we 100% placed the best, and we're conned by, he says, one of the best Oscon players in the game, but clearly doesn't look like it.
Who?
50, because he's in top 50.
Who is the off-spawn battling duo that you're having to face each time?
Panty and TK.
And clearly, you guys are coming out on top. Good
Okay,
luck
hopefully I got
in the
it. I
final
think I got
game, boys. And congratulations on your victory royale. Copenhagen, please.
It's fine, guys, if you see that little piece down there. Sorry, guys, I need to get a better camera, guys. But anyways, let's just keep playing.
Trulex, Chicho, congratulations, the victory royale.
Wow, guys.
It's gotta feel so good going into game number 5 with only a single game left to go. Getting that's just gotta energize them so much.
Especially the way that they did it as well. Of course, Chicho saying right there, solo clutching since, was it first moving zone? Incredible stuff. And that just shows how important it is to have that teammate that can make those big calls right there at the end, which Trulex was doing so well.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Trulex communicating that you have to take all of my material that I have, everything that is in my loadout, and use this. And the fact that Chicho went for high ground as a solo towards that 10th zone was so courageous. It really ended up working.
Guys, this is our final game. This is going to be crazy, guys.
It's very easy to sort of box up and try and play as much
big smile on his face.
Oh, he's loving it. This is, and for good reason. Because he's just done something right there that's so confident in going for high as a solo. So many players will just sort of back off a little bit, be a little bit more passive, but it's the players that do take huge risks like this, even though you're a solo, are the ones that pay off. And look at this from Chicho.
We did see this play very similar from Kemi and said Equeezy and Benno, right? The difference is when they chose to do it. We kind of did it in these other much larger moving zones with 25 people left. Here in this 1v1v1, you're like, okay, it's me and 2 others. If I disappear from the equation and I reappear someone else and slam down, crack all these builds, it's gonna be enough. It's gonna give me a moment to try and strike. So incredible. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. We have 1 game left to go. Can anyone stop Cooper and Miro?
Yeah, guys, there's no way. Cooper and Miro is going to win, guys.
65 points for a victory royale. They get double-digit elimination.
You know what? We'll see, guys. We'll see. We'll just see.
100 points is not going to be enough if Cooper and Miro go down immediately, and then Chubbs and Bryce get the best game that we have seen so far. Then there is a slight possibility that, of course, there's still Pixie and Cheatin who have a slight chance.
They do. I was looking at that leaderboard right there.
Yeah, guys, I don't know. Cooper and Miro are in a very big lead, guys. They could win this last game, guys.
These guys are
Wow.
fucking goats. I don't know how they're doing it, yet still staying alive. And something that I noticed there throughout that whole game was Miro was so confident in their Storm Surge strategies, he wasn't even carrying a shotgun throughout the mid-game. Their strategy then, going into that 7 zones, 6 zones situation, they try and go for a big refresh, then he picks up the shotgun. He drops
These
the
2
assault rifle,
episodes
then he has
that
that
you're watching
SMG
right
and
now,
shotgun
guys,
to
they're
play
gonna be
so well
really
in
long,
endgame. And the way that they're taking walls, of course,
because
Miro who's
it's
actually
the Global
spraying the wall, and then
Championship,
Cooper's
so
the one that's
it's
playing
gonna
it
have to be
so
long,
well
guys.
played.
And Cooper and Miro, when they ran out of builds at the very end of that game right there, you saw that they waited, stayed on low ground, and where a lot of people will try and stay at the front of zones so they can kind of peek behind them, they stayed behind and rotated just on the edge, and were even able to get another elimination in that moment just because their positioning was so smart. They knew that it was going to be so chaotic, either on top or in front, so they stayed in the back corner. It was perfect.
Just disgusting. Their average going into that game, their average placement 5.25. Wow. Just nuts. Now, before we get going, it's highly likely we're looking at our global champions, but what I want to focus on is the prize money. Yes, $1 million, a championship tag, a championship trophy, and a title. But
Wow,
keep in mind, as
guys.
we watch these duos go head to head, think about this for a moment. Second place and third. If I'm a duo and I can get a single point difference, that is
That's crazy, guys. First place gets $1 million.
$250,000 of difference. So y'all need to make some noise, pay attention, because every single interaction is
51
going to
to
be
75 gets 4,000.
That's
That's
absolutely
not
right.
bad.
I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars between each of these places. There's so many different storylines. The story is not over, even though Cooper and Miro are so far ahead. And I mean, who knows what can happen? We saw it at Invitational. Will they get landed on?
Ooh, could you imagine Cammy and Seti taking a page from the book of Queasy and Vino? We'll have to wait and see.
I would love to, but you know what? We've got something special lined up for you. We've got our man Levin2K on the stage to get us hyped for game number 6.
The final game is here.
Oh wow,
It
guys,
is time
final
to
game.
crown some champions for Arena. Are you ready? The players on this stage have given everything of their being to be here for this moment, to be here for this trophy. So I need to give you everything you've got. I ain't starting this game until we tear the roof off this building. Royal Arena, are you ready? It is time! Game number 6 is here!
Look, did you see that little... Oh wow, guys.
Here we have it. Game number 6 is here. The Royal Arena is ready, and the grand finals
Wow.
can't be more hype.
The last
than
game
this.
has started,
Oh my
guys.
gosh, I can't wait to see how this all plays out. We have so much to give out, so much on the line.
Almost terrifying for a second there, listening to Levin on that stage going absolutely crazy alongside all these fans here in the building. You guys have been ecstatic to witness and watch you cheer on. Some of these players still need your energy for one more game here. Royal Arena as Thomas HD Malapuka. They managed to survive the initial drop, but
Malabuka, bro. What is he? Why is he wearing a Princess Fishy? What is he wearing? Oh my god.
wish you played this
Wow,
one out
that's crazy.
to give themselves
Why is
the
he
best
wearing that?
opportunity possible to work their way up the leaderboard.
Pixie and
See some
Ova.
action back, but for Pixie, cheating, trouble for sure. Pixie already knocked cheating though, might have an opportunity here to revive his teammate.
They're off to a pretty rough
Wow,
start right
guys.
now. This is going to set them back time, resources, and most importantly, damage. As that is the hardest to come by.
Bro, that kid
After
over there
losing
was
these
wearing
opening
the
moments. But it does
bro
make
was
you wonder why
wearing
couldn't
the
come racetrack before. Why
he
couldn't
was
they
wearing
survive
the
a little longer? They clearly
wearing the
played so well
meme
when
skin,
they
bro.
weren't
He was
able to
wearing
survive,
the
but
troll skin.
that's a story for another time today.
It's not
For now.
really just Kanata and Ages at that point though. Thomas and Malabuka wanted that just as badly as them. Right now, neither side really faring all too well for it.
Well, we're going to have to put a button on it. Grand Finals Match 6 is here. Cooper and Miro have an incredible lead over the competition. And that is, of course, the battle for $1 million. But back at the racetrack, there's a little more action going down. Konami Angels are on the hunt.
Wow,
Too
guys.
soon. They want to close this one out in good fashion. NA versus EU all weekend long here.
This is crazy, guys.
EU
See, guys, look.
pay the price so far, but
There's just Chip in there. See, guys?
fully situated here to 2v1.
You go here,
Cannot close the
from
deal
over
here.
there.
Thomas HD left to pick up the pieces.
Then you could just go here wherever you want. And it says press for full screen. You just press it and it takes you in there, guys. It's crazy.
Off of Malabuka, but at the same time, 4 elimination points is 4 elimination
Nicholas says
points.
Kanata.
They'll be
Wow,
more
I
than
remember
happy
him.
to try and take away Kanata and Agers, though, seeming as if there might have been a little bit of a rise of interference there in that elimination process.
I was going to say, find out where that puts Konami Natives. You know, they might just have that late tournament stride comeback. Hey, there's still plenty of money on the line here. A lot to fight for outside of the bragging rights. Video Mr. Savage, though, in the meanwhile, are fighting up here against Thoric. And I got the update. It looks like that puts them at 13th place. Not bad for a team fully contested. Meanwhile, Badil, though, claps back onto Thoric. Nicely done for Mr. Savage and Badil.
If there's ever someone who loves a good box fight, you're definitely going to be looking at the deal here. Kylie Pastrocki also trying to see if they can win their own matchups here. Deep's outside of Steamy Springs territory. Pastrocki, though, eats a massive pump shot. And just like that, going to be forced to take a step back here. Leading Kylie on the offensive, but Kylie's got some great taking this, though. No chance that he's going to be backing up Stang anytime soon. He's going to hide behind that tree. 2 versus 1.
Sorry, guys, we're not talking. This is just crazy.
Not able to match up.
Wow.
Strokey and Kylie will win this one for the time being, but Davis might still be able to collect the reboot card, but he's got to be careful that he doesn't get Elam too.
Just doesn't get better than that when your team is hitting you shots like that. The backup can't even come in to support you. Axe Force and Robot. Robot had the run of his life last game, really turning up. And this was the same story. It was all early game fights. They didn't find much. They were hurt, but no.
Whoa, guys. X4 just got hit hard. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Guys.
Takes the elimination. It's Paper.
Oh, Agent Paper coming. Paper. Come in. Paper.
Before that happened. And
Somebody already got such good moves. Dang.
Preacher Shotgun's going to let him open up any door he pleases.
Oh, wow.
Gyros, big tags there. Not a finish, but he's hurt.
Absolute miracle that Kiras did not go down in the process there, though. But Muzz, Paper, they are relentless with this
Paper
charge.
and Muzz,
Jerry
that's
doing
a good
everything
idea.
he can to try and create some distance, but just look at how far apart the split is now. Kiras left to fend for himself. Paper, Muzz now have their choice of pickings. Seems as though they're going to divert their attention to Kiras for the time being. Paper, though, recognizing the fact another interference play, this time coming out of Nutty, just outside of Shady Springs, and I can't believe this right now. Just the fact that Garrison and Sherry nearly managed to escape.
This is Savage in the deal. Close the deal. Close the books. On Bolt's run here, back to the tournament lobby he goes. That's going to be it for his grand finals run. And for every team that falls now, for every team that closes their chapter here at the Global Championships, you have to respect them for making it this far. Your 50 best duos across the entire world competing against one another here today,
right there.
giving us the show. Of course, here in person and online. What a celebratory moment here for this $4 million land.
And just look at Cooper, boxed up so high right now. Rumble Ruins just in the center of this current zone. Granted, the zone obviously very large for the time being, but still Cooper definitely trying to just be as attentive as possible to see where he might be able to secure some good surge tank damage from. Because you have to remember, this team, they've been uncontested all day so far, and yet have seemingly not struggled all that much as far as their surge strategy is concerned. So they're definitely making up for the damage elsewhere. And we've seen multiple instances of them doing an excellent job while they're targeting, finding those eliminations in the process. You know, Queasy though, here at Stevie Springs, they've got Pink and Nico smashed in between them. But Queasy and Eno, they want to take their time here. Don't want to panic by any means.
Not looking good
Bro,
right now.
I'm back, guys,
He
I'm
loses
back.
on his shield. Look how quickly Vino is coming in to constrict. No, he's going to back up. Respects the push. Doesn't have Queasy here quite to back
Yeah.
up. So something
I
comes out.
think
Something
Cooper and
must
Mero are winning.
a little fishy in the air. So not worth it. The damage is welcomed here. Undoubtedly. The zone now continues to move on. Now we jump back to Pixie and Cheatin. So they have survived. They have gotten back up.
Don't want to say against all odds necessarily. Think that initial scrap was because of the fact that Pixie might have been picked off in the air off the initial drop. But Cheatin and Pixie, they still need to ensure that they have a much easier time as far as their rotational positioning is concerned, because that's definitely something that they encountered a lot of difficulties with in the last match. Good threats that would put a halt to their attempts to overtake first place last game. And here, they're still within reach, but it's only getting that much further away.
Wow,
because
guys,
Cooper
this is
and
crazy.
Miro, they are not taking any risk that they don't need to.
As long as Cooper and Miro stand, the
138.
chances for others are not possible. So for now, they are truly the final boss here. Seti and Cammy, however, will still have a big mountain to climb. A lot of eliminations and a huge endgame run. At least somewhere inside the top 3 to snatch up 50 or more points.
And we can't forget about Bryce and Chubbs either.
Source
they've
FM,
been slowly but
GG
surely
County.
sneaking their
Wow.
way up the leaderboard. Starting off outside the top 10, then all of a sudden they're top 5 now. In that top 3 threatening for top 2 position. You have to remember, it is tens of thousands of dollars differences that we are talking about here. So for so many of these players, just on the
Wow,
cusp inside these
guys.
top 5 ranges, Cammy, Seti, trying to ensure that Yumi and Source can't intervene with their plans here at the Frenzy Field, but Cammy gonna look to reorient on his positioning. Sees the snipe attempt coming out from Source, quick on the edits as well. Not gonna let himself fall victim to that one just yet.
Quick response there to the sniper glint. Here's Chubbs and Bryce. This is exactly what they've done all day long. Continue to find fights in the shady stilts, find fights north, and find success while doing it. This time to the potential Giannis.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Snipers in hand. Bryce showing us what he's got. Doesn't quite land that. The tags on the follow-up are very good. Meanwhile, Flixie finds a quick knock onto Kanata, so there's trouble in paradise all around us right now, unfolding here for the last game for Pixie and Cheatin. Let's get a little update real quick on them. They're doing just fine inside their home territory, but it's time to move. They can't stay here for much longer. The zone's already
One
telling
sec,
them they
guys.
gotta go.
Could be difficult to get across these icy islets as well. Pixie and Cheatin. Definitely going to use a couple of these slash splashes, not only for the slap effect, but obviously just to regenerate some of that HP that they need.
Alright,
You've
guys,
seen
sorry.
how efficiently some of these other teams can be as far as those 3, 2, 1 countdowns are concerned, and it doesn't matter if you started off with 200, you might just end up with nothing in the process here. Clement nearly proving a point.
Wow.
What I was just speaking of, because Pixie now forced to expend some more resources just to replenish some of his shields, and Clement still trying to see just how aggressively he can try to lock out Pixie on this rotation.
Not making it easy by any
Oh my
means right
gosh,
there.
guys.
Definitely going to cost them a fair amount. Violent Peterbot still standing in the distance. Cold and Acorn up as well. Seti, Cammy, Snazy, Podesai, all in the conversation here. For Cold and Acorn right now, I like where they're at. Just in 7th place here, so real chances to jump up and earn hundreds of thousands of more.
This
Any
is
team
crazy,
inside the
guys.
Top 10, if you take a win, you're getting paid, son.
Almost got a little scared for Acorn there on how high up he just went. But Acorn's not the one in trouble right now. It's Vasquez, Penn, attempting to take out Nisha and Teeny, but Teeny
My
up the
camera
line,
is
chopping
not
out Vasquez in
looking
the
good.
process. And that's going to be a easy double elimination there for Misha and Teeny. More than happy to collect those points. They've been a menacing duo for sure all day long and just continue playing spoiler for so many of these other teams in the lobby.
Every game we see them taking down different teams of varying degree and skill level. Vino goes for some shots there, ends up trading a few. Same for them, continue to rotate deep into the south side and then swing around on these western zones. So the strategy hasn't really changed much. In no way Teeny gets another game where the Rift Island is next to them. They're just continuing to fight for it. They might have the best 3-game tournament run, at least for teams that were down at the bottom trying to come back. They haven't
Wow, guys.
quite the comeback
That's crazy.
so far.
They're
Misha
definitely
FN
attempting it,
and
so
Teeny.
far, so good
Misha
as
and
far as
Teeny,
Captain
wow.
is concerned, but you can definitely see a couple of neighbors starting to work their way into the Rift Island. Teeny and Misha, though, they're just looking to secure this capture point as quickly as possible. Again, 15 points that they could potentially acquire here on top of all the goodies that come with the capture point.
They were in 35th place coming into this game. If they secure this, they jump up into 29th. And think about before this, they were so much further down, one of the last placing teams, and all of a sudden now, they're at 4 eliminations in a Rift Island with 15 points secured potentially to be theirs now. Just really fighting their way back into this tournament here.
Look, I know that the business tournament is primarily used just to get an idea of where your opposition might be at, but it seemed as though iDrop and Matthew had no idea that business tournament had even been placed in the first place.
Oh my
Well
God.
executed mission there from Misha and Teeny to secure the Rift Island for the time being. Capture point does seem as if it's going to go their way. We'll have to check back in on that a little bit later on, but Pixie, Cheatin continue trying to keep that threatening position here for
There's
first
72
place. As
players
long as
left,
Pixie
as you
and
can
Cheatin
see.
are up, Cooper
39
and Miro
duo.
cannot count themselves as our global champions anytime soon.
Nope. Cheatin' has to be careful. Truelex and Chicha were the same team that did finish their last tournament run, so do have to be careful. Cooper and Miro, however, do have the Rumble Ruins, continue to be the safe zone for now, so a lot of time to work with here. Metal struggling as they don't really find much here, but otherwise, so long as they've gotten their tags, they should be just fine.
And given that they're bound to have spotted out some teams looking to make the rotations in towards this center part of the map, with the way that the zone just
Gosh,
continues
guys.
to pull their direction, but now,
I hate
finally,
this.
they'll be forced to reposition for the first time in a while. And still, it's not too far they've got to go, but they need to be careful with some of those dips in the elevation. You don't want to get caught out inside any of these jungle trenches.
Let's see it. Tayson Mustache on the move now. They have to move in. Zone's going west once again, so we're going to have some very interesting tournament at play. Thomas H. Malabuka survived the drops him out. Escaping away. Remaining back in it, so Thomas actually managed to save
Gosh.
Malabuka, get the reboot card, bring him back. And they could be the players that top
This is crazy,
the
guys.
Giants up top, but
Okay, finally, I got a better
They have no
angle.
idea.
I thought they did for a second. I'm not gonna lie. The ambush comes out and Miro puts up a fight already. Now he knows